Welcome to comprehensive overview of Indus Valley Civilization for GS-1 UPSC. The Indus Valley Civilization, dating from 3300 BC to 1300 BC, was one of the world's earliest urban civilizations. This civilization was geographically larger than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined and showcased advanced urban planning that was rarely matched for centuries. This video covers the complete syllabus content on Indus Valley Civilization for UPSC preparation. We will discuss these topics of Indus Valley Civilization in detail: geographical extent, major archaeological sites, urban planning, economic systems, social structure, religious practices, and theories regarding its decline. Each section includes relevant UPSC examination points. Also, at the end of the video is a link of 10 questions on Indus Valley Civilization from GS1 point of view. Let's get started now. In 1856, when British engineers John and William Brunton were supervising work at a railway construction site between Lahore and Karachi, they found ancient bricks nearby in a place called Harappa in Montgomery district, now in Sahiwal district of Pakistan. They found the bricks to be of good quality. The bricks appeared to have been made in a proper brick furnace. The Brunton brothers extensively quarried and harvested these ancient bricks from the Harappa site and used them as foundation material for the railway line, without realizing that they were destroying evidence of a 4,000-year-old civilization. Scientific excavations began in the year 1920 under Sir John Marshall's direction, the then DG of Archaeological Survey of India. Rai Bahadur Dayaram Sahani excavated at Harappa site in 1921, while R.D. Banerjee conducted excavations in Sindh at Mohenjo-daro in 1922. These excavations uncovered the full span of the civilization, now chronologically divided by historians into three main phases from around 3300 to 1300 BC. The early Harappan phase was from 3300 to 2600 BC. The mature Harappan phase was from 2600 to 1900 BC, and the late Harappan stage was from 1900 to 1300 BC. The mature phase of Indus Valley Civilization represents the peak of urban development and standardization compared to all the ancient civilizations. UPSC note point: Charles Mason, a deserted soldier from the East India Company, was the first European to record the mounds of Harappa in the late 1820s, nearly a century before John Marshall's 1924 formal announcement of the Indus Valley Civilization. Charles Mason did not study or excavate the site. He merely observed it and recorded it in his travelogue as ruins of some ancient settlement. Before defining the geographical extent of Indus Valley Civilization, let me clarify one thing. Not all sites of this civilization are along the Indus River. You will see this as we go along in the video. But its earliest discovered sites like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are along the Indus River. So the civilization got the name of Indus Valley Civilization. Also, this civilization is known as Harappan Civilization because Harappa, the first site discovered, became a kind of benchmark for historians and archaeologists studying this civilization, and hence Indus Valley Civilization started being referenced as Harappan Civilization. You may refer it by either name, it's up to you. Now let us understand the geographical extent of Indus Valley or Harappan Civilization, whatever you may like to call it. The Indus Valley Civilization extended over approximately 15 lakh square kilometers, making it the largest of all ancient civilizations. The geographical boundaries in today's context are northern limit, Shartugui in Afghanistan, southern limit, present-day Daimabad in Maharashtra, eastern limit, Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, western limit, Sutkagandor in Balochistan. This vast coverage included parts of present-day North and Western India, Pakistan and Eastern Afghanistan. The civilization developed along two major river systems that sustained it. The Indus River system supported settlements in the west, while the Saraswati River system supported those in the east. The Saraswati River mentioned in Vedic texts is often identified with the Ghaggar-Hakra Paleo Channel, which saw a major reduction in flow around the late 3rd to early 2nd BC. This environmental shift weakened eastern settlements of the Indus Valley Civilization and is identified as one of the factors in decline of the civilization. What is a paleo channel? A paleo channel is the remnant or trace of an ancient river channel that used to carry water but does not exist now. In short, paleo channel is a river that once existed in past. Over 1400 Indus Valley Civilization sites have been identified across 15 lakh square kilometers spread across the Indian subcontinent. Let us now examine the major excavated sites and look at them in detail. Harappa, one of the first sites to be discovered of the Indus Valley Civilization. Harappa was formally discovered in 1921 as the first site of this civilization. It is located in today's Sahiwal district of Pakistan. Harappa is the type site that made the Indus Valley Civilization to be referenced with the name of Harappan Civilization. In archaeology, a type site is a site that serves as a benchmark for identifying other sites with the type site. That is why Indus Valley Civilization is also known as Harappan Civilization. Plenty of Harappa's heritage value was lost due to burglary and ignorance before 1921. After ASI takeover, major discoveries at Harappa included remains of granaries and evidence of advanced metallurgy with standardized bronze tools made of copper and tin alloy. Harappa had good urban planning with streets laid out in a grid pattern. This city's overall layout comprised of a citadel on the western side and lower town on the eastern side of Harappa, which mainly had residential quarters. The citadel was moderately fortified with mud brick walls and built slightly raised. It had granaries and remains of what looks like public buildings. The second most famous and known site is Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro, discovered in 1922 in Sindh, Pakistan, was one of the major cities of the Indus Valley Civilization. The name means Mound of the Dead in Sindhi. This site is famous for the Great Bath, a large water tank measuring 11.8 by 7 meters and 2.4 meters deep, waterproofed with bitumen. It is believed to have been used for ceremonial bathing. Mohenjo-daro also revealed two of the most iconic artifacts of the Indus Valley civilization: the bronze dancing girl and the famous limestone sculpture of the priest king. The site had a well planned layout with streets crossing each other at right angles and houses built with standardized burnt bricks. Covered drainage lines ran along every street, and over 700 wells have been found across the site. Archaeological layers show multiple construction phases, suggesting the city was rebuilt several times after floods. At its peak, Mohenjo-daro is estimated to have a population of around 35,000 to 40,000 people. Dholavira sits on Khadir Bet Island in the Run of Kutch, strategically positioned between two seasonal streams, Manhar and Mansar. It was formerly excavated as an archaeological site in 1967. It is distinguished by its water conservation system with 16 reservoirs and dams. Most of them were connected through underground drains for efficient water harvesting and distribution. Dholavira site had unique, well-planned city layout with houses in a straight line and streets meeting at 90-degree angle. Like all Indus Valley civilization sites, Dholavira also had a citadel and upper town and lower town plan, but what made the Dholavira's citadel different was that it was fortified by walls. Interestingly, Dholavira site also had a unique 10-sign inscription, possibly the world's first signboard. Dholavira was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2021. Here are few glimpses of how Dholavira site looks today and its water reservoirs remodeled. Lothal, located in today's Ahmedabad district in Gujarat, was excavated and formally explored in 1954. This ancient port city of Harappan Civilization, Lothal had the world's first known tidal dockyard with a basin measuring 214 meters by 36 meters and possibly a sluice gate system. This site provides evidence of maritime trade with Mesopotamia and the earliest rice cultivation in the civilization. Archaeologists also uncovered warehouses, bead making workshops, and a well planned town in Lothal remains. The streets intersected at right angles and the houses were built with baked bricks and had proper drainage systems. Around 1900 BC, Lothal declined, possibly due to floods and changing river courses that made the area unsuitable for settlement. RAKHIGARHI, located in present-day Hisar district of Haryana, is one of the largest sites by area of all the individual Indus Valley Civilization sites. It was first identified as a site of Harappan Civilization in 1963, but formal excavations started in 1997 by ASI, and its study still continues presently. The site was occupied between 3300 and 1900 BC. Excavations revealed a well planned settlement with straight streets, brick houses, and a drainage system. Rakhigarhi's area is about 350 acres and is spread across 7 mounds. Archaeologists found pottery, beads, bangles, copper tools, and seal fragments that point to craft activity and trade. Burials show social differences. Some graves had ornaments and pottery, while others were plain. In 2019, DNA from a skeleton at Rakhigarhi showed ancestry linked to ancient Iranian farmers and local South Asian populations, with no sign of steppe influence in that sample. No large granary has been found, but storage jars and grain bins suggest organized food storage. The city declined as rivers dried and the climate became harsher. Kalibangan, located on the dry Ghaggar River in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh district, dates from 3000 to 1900 BC. Formally excavated and studied from 1960 onwards, the site shows both early and mature Harappan phases. It had a fortified citadel and a lower town arranged in a grid. Houses had courtyards, wells, and drainage channels. A ploughed field with cross furrows was found here, the earliest known example of its kind. Rows of fire altars were uncovered in the citadel area, hinting at ritual activity. Pottery, terracotta figures, and beads were common finds. Additional significant sites include Banavali in Haryana, discovered in 1974, Surkotada in Gujarat, discovered in 1964, and Daimabad in Maharashtra, discovered in 1958, marking the southernmost extent of the civilization. At Daimabad, the famous bronze sculptures of man with chariot, elephant, bull, and rhinoceros created using lost wax casting method were found. To summarize, here is a compilation of distinct feature found at every famous Harappan civilization site. Have a look. Topics on urban planning, architecture of Indus Valley civilization, economic systems, society and religion, Indus script, theories on decline of the civilization are in next part 2 video. You can see it on your screen. Click it for part 2 topics mentioned. Thank you and subscribe for deep dive on UPSC General Studies videos.